Welcome to Promo Insiders, a podcast from ASI's Counselor Magazine. In this series, we'll be tackling the topics that matter most to the promotional products industry, from hard-hitting subjects like COVID-19 and tariffs to fun trends and new opportunities. I'm John Corrigan with Counselor, and today I'm joined by the dream team from Small Business Revolution, renovation icon Ty Pennington, and Amanda Brinkman, Chief Marketing Officer of Deluxe Corp, which is the parent company of top 40 distributor Safeguard Deluxe, as well as Deluxe Business Services. Ty and Amanda, thanks for taking the time. How are you?
We're good. How about you?
We're good. We're excited about the launch of season 5.
Yes. Well, let's get right into it. This is going to be, obviously everybody's going to want to watch this because it's still so prevalent what's going on in our world right now with these lockdowns going back in. Can you tell everybody listening and watching, what was it like for you guys? You know, season 5 started right when all this started, the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, so for those who may not be familiar with the series, the Small Business Revolution, each season revitalizes a different community's main street, and we do that by working with its small businesses. So each episode of the show is about an individual small business, and we tell the story of the entrepreneur, and then we help them with things like their marketing and their finances, operations. We make over their space, maybe a new awning. And so this year we started out filming the way we typically do, in person in the town, working with the small businesses. And then COVID, we had to change the way that we captured the show and filmed the show. But the mission of the work and the kinds of things that we do for these small businesses, that part remained consistent year over year. And we were really honored to be walking alongside these small businesses during these uncertain times. And I think people will really find that season 5 is almost a journal entry as to what it was like to be a small business during 2020.
Absolutely. And season 5 will touch on Fredonia, New York. For you guys, even the travel of it all, were you able to get there in person a lot, or was that restricted?
Well, no,
sorry, go ahead, Ty.
Well, no, so we were able to get to Fredonia in the beginning, which was awesome because we got to meet the business owners, realize what they're going through, the struggles, before all of this hit. And then, of course, rally the town and get everybody together and announce who the winners were and what businesses we were gonna help. And then that's what's crazy. Then the pandemic hit, and we had to really get creative with not only how we did the actual transformations, keeping a safe distance, but also communicating with the businesses using technology and screens inside a warehouse via satellites, so they could talk with some of the experts. And so it was like nothing we'd ever experienced before. But what better theme to talk about, struggling small businesses when these businesses are struggling in regular times? Imagine how bad it would be in the middle of a pandemic. So I think the phenomenal thing about it all is, with the help of the team, we were able to take these businesses from struggling to actually thriving in the middle of a pandemic, which is pretty unheard of.
That's remarkable. What you guys are able to accomplish every season is just tremendous. Obviously this year, I'm guessing e-commerce and having an online presence was very important. I know with the small businesses you worked with in the past, that's usually a top challenge for them. Can you talk a little bit about how important it was this year and any advice that you could give small businesses who still struggle with developing that presence?
Well, you're absolutely right. Every season and every day with the millions of small businesses that Deluxe works with, we're always stressing the importance of having a strong online presence. But it could never be more important than it is this year. Your online presence as a small business is your storefront for the foreseeable future. So we really work with businesses on a couple of things. First and foremost, making sure that they have a website, that website tells their story, that is optimized for search around their particular product or in category. Social media, really making sure that they're utilizing that channel to communicate with customers and update them on the status of their business, if they're open or if they're closed, what safety precautions that they're taking for both customers and employees. Things like email marketing, marketing, making sure that you've claimed your directories and listings and have optimized those to reflect your current hours and, again, your status as the operation of a business. So yeah, your online presence is vital right now. It's really the only way people can find your business. And so making sure that you have that digital footprint consistent across platforms is really, really, really important.
My favorite part of the episodes is usually towards the end when you present these business owners with promotional products, whether it's new t-shirts, mugs, business cards. Obviously we cover promotional products. That's our bread and butter. Why is branded merchandise so important specifically for small businesses?
Because it is a walking billboard for your business. So branding items like t-shirts, apparel, pens, cups. We always, every year, Deluxe has such a range of products and services that we're able to brand. And so every year we love coming up with creative new ideas for each of the businesses. And so this year we got to work with the golf course, so we branded a lot of golf apparel, clubs, balls, towels, everything that you can imagine. So what's great about branded promo and apparel is that, people, sometimes it can actually be a revenue source. So people are willing to pay for it, especially if they have come to visit your business. They love having kind of that memento, but then they're walking around as a walking billboard for your business. So we love branding items like apparel and promo because it's just such a great way to extend your brand and really show up as a sophisticated business.
Absolutely. Last thing I wanted to touch on is the importance of a logo. I love to see when you guys take these established logos and then update them, make them more clean, make them more professional. What should companies be wary of when they are creating their own logo?
Of not being too emotionally tied to the old one. Your branding is a very emotional thing. And oftentimes, maybe you had a friend from college that helped design it, or you came up with it on the back of a napkin. And while it maybe was serving a purpose when you first created it, really trying to take an objective viewpoint of how does that logo or that mark, that branding, what does it communicate about your business? Is it easy to read? Is it easy to replicate? So we're talking about promo and apparel. Oftentimes businesses will create logos that are too expensive to reproduce on things like business cards or branded merchandise. And so you really have to think about kind of the reproduction quality of it. How many colors are you using? How complicated are the lines within the logo? So there's a lot of things to think through, and that's why Deluxe loves working with millions of small businesses on developing that right logo and brand look and feel so that it's communicating a sophisticated professional business, but it's also affordable and efficient to utilize in other avenues as well. Excellent.
Well, season 5 is available now. 7 episodes streaming on Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, and of course, smallbusinessrevolution.org. Before I let you go, I do have to tell you, I'm coming to you live from Bristol Borough. I moved here. Yes. Earlier this year, I moved in April.
I love Bristol Borough.
My girlfriend and I were watching the series, the season 2, just recently, and what you guys did to this community is amazing. And some of the businesses are still talking about it, still talking about the impact that you guys have had. And so I just want to give you a shout out there and thank you for making this a great place to live and work.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. We love hearing about the ripple effect throughout the community. In season 2, and my Bristol Borough was such a special place for my team and I. And so I'm glad that you have found it and called it home. And there's some amazing people in Bristol Borough.
Absolutely. Ty, Amanda, thank you very much. And best of luck with season 5 and 6 and many more to come.
Thank you.
Have a good one.